Here is how I select profitable, low competition niches for rank and rent, which is a strategy where you build a website, you rank it, you rent it, you sell the leads, you flip it. Something I've been doing for over 15 years. Currently I run an agency, so I have 100 or so active websites that I'm paying close attention to, so clients, and a further 800 of my own sites. A lot of them are suburb related sites, niche directories, suburb, city directories. So they're sites that I used to rent out and sell leads from or flip them, whereas nowadays I use them to push up my client sites, client campaigns, push attention, and essentially hog real estate on Google. These days, those sites do very well in influencing AI results in how ChatGPT and other AI language models make decisions. But this is basically how I would do very basic niche selection. So first things first is you want to be targeting a niche that is realistic to rank in. If you are an absolute beginner, do not go after injury lawyer, Sydney, injury lawyer, Melbourne. I tried that 15 plus years ago, failed miserably and learned a lot from it. There's something called cost of entry to market, right? If you want to buy a house in that wealthy suburb of Sydney, you have to be prepared to pay the minimum, thousands of dollars per square meter. So same with this, to rank for something like injury lawyer, plumber Melbourne, electrician Melbourne, you have to have the age, the backlinks, the authority, the blogs, the multi-locations, the reviews, in other words, cost of entry. So if I was getting into the space and learning how to build websites and rank them, I would pick an almost zero competition key term. So literally try rank for your own personal name. You're not going to get any kind of money for it, but it's just a good dopamine kick. Wow, I'm actually able to rank something, build something on WordPress, and yes, I would build WordPress. Set up cPanel, set up the hosting. It's just a good experience. Now, one step after that is look for niches that have suburb related search volume. So for example, tree removal suburb, let's say gets 10, 20, 30 hits a month. Anything over 30 means, or 20 means there will be competitors probably already gunning for those key terms, especially with automatically generated pages, otherwise known as programmatic SEO, where they press a button, they build 40,000 pages. Big sites can afford to do that. Little guys these days cannot. What I would look for, personally, I focused on trades. A lot of my mates were in trades. I grew up in Melbourne, so that I felt like I was able to get leads the easiest way there. Look, I concentrated on finance and dental as well, but I would be looking for a key term. Let's hypothetically say tree removal plus suburb. Then the first thing I'd be looking at is the search volume. Let's say it gets 20 hits a month. That's 20 searches a month. Then I would look and see if there are local businesses already with a map pack. A map pack is where it's a local business, like a commercial space, and geez, it's windy. It's a commercial space and they already have Google reviews. Now, if there's already 3, I would look for a different suburb. Look for suburbs without commercial locations, without commercial streets with business locations. The reason you do that is it's gonna be very difficult for you to grab a Google listing, get reviews and rank it above a legitimate business that has been there for years. But there are plenty of suburbs that are 99% residential. They might have a little local shop, they might get search volume, but there might not be physical businesses with Google listings registered. So hypothetically, let's say it's tree removal Bondi. We all know that's not true, but let's hypothetically say there's no commercial businesses that have registered their Google listing in Bondi. It gets search volume, so you'd build a website which is tree removal, Bondi tree removal, whatever variation you can find. So that's phase 1. Build 5 of those sites, build 10 of those sites, build 50 of those sites. After the first 5, you should have repeatable processes, setting up WordPress, setting up hosting, setting up the PHP, installing the WordPress plugins. In my case, I've got an image that in 15 minutes, it installs basically after the cPanel is set up, a baseline WordPress installation installed. And because I built 2,000 plus sites, I already know the kind of general direction of a template site. So it's like a skeleton site that I deploy, and then we make it look unique and we freshen it up. Every couple of quarters, we have new layouts, new designs, because I'm always building sites for new clients. Each new client site is essentially a template that I get to keep because it's in my portfolio. I can then one-click deploy it and obviously alter it, but it's like a skeleton. So make an SOP, make a standard operational procedure that then someone in the Philippines or overseas, someone can do it at a heavily reduced rate. If your SOP, standard operational procedure, is extremely tight, there's no room for error, there's no room for mistakes, or even the need to think. Right now on onlinejobs.ph, there are plenty of people looking for work from 2 to 3 to 4 US per hour. The better your procedure, the cheaper the rate. If you want someone to be able to think and solve problems, that's where you pay them much more. But repetitive tasks that almost AI can do, which I'm sure very soon we'll be able to do it, that's how I would approach it. And so now I can deploy sites very fast. I can do the URL plan very quickly. The next step is go ahead and pull apart all of the tree removalists in your city, suburb, in the next city, in the next suburb, and pay attention to their main pages. There's only going to be a certain amount of pages. Stump removal, hedge trimming, arborists, trunk grinding, mulching, tree lopping. There's already a whole bunch. Emergency, reports, a whole bunch of others. I've built my fair share of these sites. Build those pages out. I'll go back. This video is about niche selection. So how do we know search volume? You can use Google AdWords Keyword Planner, which is free. You can take it a trial of SEMrush. You could pay for SEMrush, or you can, there's a really cool Chrome extension that I've been using for years. It's called Keywords Everywhere. You pay you pay for a credit, and then you've got search volume. The Keywords Everywhere actually comes with really cool ChatGPT extensions, which gives you like keyword intent and stuff like that. You don't even need SEMrush these days for stuff like that. So I would make a list of trades industries, especially if you've got mates, cousins, family in that space. Gravitate to niches that you can spend hours staring at. I'm not saying you've got to be excited about these places. I wasn't really excited about cosmetics, and I had a bunch of sites and still do in the cosmetic space. I much more enjoyed building websites for architects, draftsmen, builders, dual occupancy, luxury builders, commercial builders than I did for eyebrow tattoos and things like that. So gravitate to spaces that you can spend more time on versus other spaces. Gravitate to spaces where you can send leads to your mates or someone that you know in the space. Because heck, it's a really cool scenario when you call someone saying, hey bro, we're mutual friends on Facebook. I see you do tree removal. I've got this site, it's getting these leads. Look, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm noobing my way through it. I just need someone to take the leads. Huge benefit to them. You're not really selling them anything. If they get value from it, I am sure they will want to pay you for those leads. And if they're too busy, just find someone else that will gladly take the leads initially for free while you're figuring things out. That's how I would do niche selection these days, and how I would approach the early days of Rank and Rent. Don't dwell on what template to use. Don't dwell on what theme. Give yourself 1 hour per task, 1 hour to pick out 5 domains, 1 hour to pick up some plugins. Like Elementor is all you need. I personally use Beaver Builder. I host my sites on Venture IP, but any host will do the job. You're gonna hit roadblocks. You're gonna hit technical roadblocks. Plugins will mess up. You're gonna hit caching issues. Just keep it simple. Beaver Builder or Elementor, a common theme like Beaver Builder actually comes with a theme, or I think Elementor comes with a theme as well, but I personally use WP Astra. Keep it simple. We use like 9 or so other plugins, but I don't suggest you use them unless you know what you're doing. These are just like speed optimization plugins, Gravity Forms for Gravity, but you can use Contact Form 7. There's a whole bunch of real basic things. Don't let this slow down you deploying the site as quickly as possible and submitting it to Google Search Console for index, submit it to Bing Webmaster Tools, start to build some social profiles, link it all to the site. Happy days. This wind is getting crazy. I am getting off the beach.